What's up everyone, here is AhkTaar, welcome back on my YouTube channel. In today's video I'm gonna show you how to beat stage 65 here, but I'm sorry about it because it's clearly not accessible for everyone. I struggled a lot, I have been lucky during the run. It is super hard to beat this boss right here. So first of all, let's talk about his skills and the mechanic. With the basic attack, he's gonna inflict some damage to all enemies, to all your heroes, and for every 1 layer of poison your heroes have, he's gonna increase the damage of this attack on your hero by 10%. And this is not a big threat. It still does some damage, but trust me, this is not a big threat. On the ultimate, he's gonna deal more damage to all your heroes, removes your buffs by the same layers of poisons you have on your heroes, and then trigger all the poisons you have on your heroes. And this is gonna destroy your heroes, because with this his passive, he has some chance to inflict 1 layer of poison on your heroes every time they take a turn. And if he inflicts 1 poison on your heroes, he has an extra chance to put another poison. So between 1 and 2 poisons every turn on your heroes. This is just insane. The damage coming from the poisons are just insanely high. This is crazy. This boss is insanely hard. I finished all the city now, but there is not the same difficulty on the stage 70 and the stage 75. The only big threat here is this one. It is just insane. So let me show you how I managed to beat this floor here. So yeah, I'm gonna accelerate the run just a bit. Yeah, you know what? Where are the poisoners in my team? Okay, here for this fight, maybe it's not the best thing to use poisoners, or maybe it is if you have an exclusive 3 Nita and also a Taff. Taff can be great to lower the damage using poisons on enemies and to cleanse your heroes. He can be interesting, but even if you have him plus Nita, I'm not sure that it can work. So here the strategy on the waves and against the boss is to freeze, perma-freeze all enemies but the drakes, because they get an extra turn, but getting an extra turn when they are controlled, they take twice the damage of the dots here, so they die faster. So yeah, I'm using all the best heroes in the game, all the broken units, the 2 limited units. I have Nicholas and Pauline, but it could have been way easier if I had Pauline exclusive 3, because he can use his skills more often, and also he can put the buff resistance to debuff on heroes, which is almost mandatory against the boss. This is just insane. So the waves here are not that hard. As you can see, I can control all enemies but the drakes, so just focus on the drake first, and try not to put too many buffs on your heroes in order to avoid the poisons by the drakes. So then just finish the wave, killing the dog in last position, and do it again. So I managed to let me accelerate it. So this is the boss fight. Okay, let's have a look to the boss fight. Just after the dog here. Okay, boss fight. So here, the first thing I do is to control enemies using the ultimate of Quinlan, but you know what, you need a Quinlan exclusive 2 in order to do that, otherwise you need another great heroes such as a Nazil, but you will lose some damage and so you won't kill enemies as fast as I do here, so it's not the best solution. Also, you can use AhkTaar, maybe use AhkTaar and Anita exclusive 3 instead of Hezonia here. I tried it, it didn't work. So I don't understand. Look at that, so now all enemies are frozen, speed reduction on them, but the drakes are gonna play 2 turns and so they are not gonna be frozen anymore, as you can see here. So I took some damage. It didn't proc the apple yet on my heroes, but I have some poisons on them. Avoid using buffs. This is how it works. But here, I'm gonna do it because I have only 3 poisons on my Catherine, so maybe if I use my buff, she won't die. And I need to have some buffs and the counterattack. Okay, it's procced the apple, so if I didn't have exclusive 3 on my Nicholas, it wouldn't have worked. Okay, so I keep my ultimate to cleanse right before the boss plays here. Okay, network connection, sorry. Please. Okay. So now I'm using all my buffs, all my shields. I can use them without risking to be pursued by the Scorpio because he's controlled. So I apply everything to tank the attack of the boss. So now my Pauline has just enough speed to play another time before the boss. And so now I can cleanse. This is the perfect speed on my Pauline because the boss has the speed reduction 40%. I have the speed up 40% on my heroes. Everything is because of Nicholas. And so here I have 2300 speed on my Pauline. He can play right before the boss and cleanse the dots on my heroes. And so here I am safe for now. But I'm taking a lot other dots. Look at that, the damage. I mean, I had only 2 poisons on my Nicholas and he is almost dead. Okay, so now there is still the 2 drakes. And I have to focus them first. So I want to kill this one first. If he dies, he won't inflict some poisons on my heroes and I'm gonna be safer. And now I'm taking a lot of poisons on my heroes, you are gonna see. So the 2 drakes are dead, only the boss and the 2 others remaining, but I can control them, so the bigger threat is gone, normally. Okay, so I buff me again, so I have the counter attack and the boss attacks in AoE, so I can inflict more HP burnings on them. Okay, perfect. But now look at the numbers of poisons I take on my heroes. 4 poisons on my Catherine. And here I was thinking, should I cleanse now or should I wait? I think that I'm gonna have enough speed to get back my cooldowns on my Pauline. Because the boss has the speed reduction and I have the speed up on my heroes. So let's continue. Okay, 51% HP remaining on the boss. But now he's gonna use his ultimate at his turn. So let's buff my heroes again. I'm taking so many dots. And this is just because of the boss. This is annoying. So I inflict more damage on the boss. No shield anymore on my Catherine. No apple anymore, so normally I'm gonna die, probably. He's gonna kill my Catherine. Look at that, 1 shot. So, now there is the Scorpio. He isn't frozen anymore, so I can't use my shield now, otherwise I will lose some heroes. So let's buff my heroes again. Increase my speed. I'm gonna cleanse now. So I have a lot of buffs. I'm gonna damage more the boss. Okay, so he is close to die. But I still have a lot of poisons on my heroes though, but the boss is gonna die at his turn, so now normally it should do the job. Okay, he's dead. Only the dog remaining. So if you manage to beat this stage without Nicolas and Pauline, just tell me, send me a picture, a screenshot, tell me what did you use in order to beat this stage. I'm curious about it. If you have a Pauline exclusive 3, it's gonna be super easy in comparison with that, because the immunity to debuffs is really strong. You can survive. Let me just show that before I end the video. So let me hide that and let me jump into the fight here using Ahk, for example. Yeah, the resistance of debuffs to debuffs is really strong. Because you can do things like this, apply a ton of buffs on your heroes. Okay, but they play at the wrong place, but it's just to show you how it works. I have a lot of buffs on my heroes, so normally I should take a lot of poisons, but it's not the case, because I have this buff right here. And also against the boss, this is the most powerful buff you can have, because you can take your turns, as I do here with my Catherine, without taking the debuffs from the boss. So this is the strategy, but I tried many times using my Ahk. I couldn't replace any of my heroes in my team to beat the boss. I struggled during multiple hours to try to beat this boss. I tried many different kind of teams. Nothing worked. Nothing worked. So if you want to know the stats on my heroes, this is my Catherine. I have a feather set and a speed set, a huge amount of HP, defense and speed, and a bit of healing effect, so she can heal more my heroes using this passive and this aura I have on her. The recovery on is the best aura to have on her. And I have these emblems on her, so everything to increase her heals and shield, her speed, lower the damage she takes. Maybe here for this dungeon I could use this one in order to reduce just a bit the damage coming from the poisons. Okay, maybe it could be a good idea. Then this is my Nicolas. I have a first aid set and a feather set, a lot of HP and defense, more speed than the waves and the boss, and a lot of effect hit in order to land my debuffs. I have these emblems. So everything to increase his effect hits, his speed, reduce his cooldowns, and increase his resistance. This is more for the arena. I have this around him, so this is a legendary one, Combat Vanguard, the best you can have on him, and it has 1 star, so it increases the damage dealt on enemies by 20% instead of 16. Then that was my Pauline, double speed set here. I had not that much HP, but a nice defense, a lot of speed here in order to be sure to play before the boss, right before, to cleanse my heroes. Not that much effect resistance, he need 100, but you know what, using Nicolas exclusive 3 he gets more than 32% resistance, so during the fight he has the 100%, they are broken together. And this around him to increase the mastery on my heroes. Okay, then I used Quinlan with a double mastery set here. I have a lot of HP, defense. I had more speed than that. I had more speed, but I had to nerf the speed on him in order to be sure to pass the last stage. I was using this one instead normally. So that was the stats of my Quinlan, a lot of HP defense, just a bit less than 1600 speed, it's the speed of enemies in Dungeons 30, a lot of effect hit and a lot of mastery, so I'm sure to land my debuffs and to deal a lot of damage. Everything to increase his dot damage here and to lower the damage he takes. And this legendary aura on him to increase his HP and effect hit during the fight. This is important, the effect hit here. Then this is my Hezonja. I have him with a mastery set and a first aid set, a lot of HP defense, okay, HP is mandatory, defense we don't care, a lot of speed, not that much effect hit, but I'm using him with Nicholas, so it's okay to land the debuffs, and a lot of mastery. I have the same emblems almost as I have on my Quinlan to increase his dot damage and lower his damage taken, and this blue aura maxed out, so he deals more damage during the fight. So that was all for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If it's the case, as usual, please like, comment and subscribe, and then see you in the next one. Bye bye.
Infinite Magicraid. Play to slay.